Today on Fresh Vintage Garage, we're checking out this nondescript Launch cardboard box. Okay, we're actually checking out the CRP919E Lite. We're going to unbox this right now. Hey everyone, this is Tom with Fresh Vintage Garage. Today we're checking out the Launch CRP919E Lite, not the Elite, just making that note, there's an Elite and a Lite. Big shout out to Launch for sending this over and sponsoring this video. Just wanted to bring this out amongst some of the other guys here. You see these floating around on the internet. This is the Elite V2.0. This is a Honda specific, but they have other OEM, Jeep and Ford and so on, specific ones. And then this is the CRP129i version 2. So as you see these floating around the internet, we just wanted to bring them out to show we're stepping up from kind of, this price point to a mid-range. So let us get rid of these. We'll be right back. And presto, just like that, we've removed everything. So as I go ahead and unbox this, I just want to tell you some technical specs here. It's a 7-inch screen, and it does have 32 gigs of memory. It's a 2 gig RAM, if I remember correct. It does have a very, very nice case. Let me just get this out of the way. This has a whole bunch of features that helps take you into the mid-tier packaging. And besides just OBD2 code reading, live data graphing and stuff, it has other things like bidirectional control. If I can get this to open, there we go. FCA auto auth for all you Chrysler fans out there. A bunch of other things. It has 32 reset functions, including oil light reset. Oh, that is not cooperating. There we go. There we go. Steering angle sensor reset. A whole host of other things. Gearbox matching, if I remember correctly. So I'm just going to turn this on. We'll let it turn on the side over here. And in here, let me just do this. In here, we actually have the rest of our cables. So we have our OBD2 cable, and then this is a global tool, but it's very much set up for the U.S. market, U.S. OEM. So it does have an adapter set of different global plugs, like power supplies. So the manual's in here. Not actually much else looking at this. Let me just go ahead and do this here. That is a little bit of a tight fit, so you want to make sure you get that back down. There we go. And here is our actual scan tool, and I'll just go ahead and do that. Nice, chunky unit, durable. I don't think there's a camera. Yeah, there's no camera. There are speakers, and let's see what else is here. We do have the kickstand, as you saw. Nice clicky buttons, but so far it feels pretty good in the hands. I will say it's a 2-year software update comes with this, and a 5-year overall warranty on the entire thing. So what we're going to do now is jump outside to our 2020 Outback. We're going to get into the computers. We're going to see how deep we can go into the diagnostics. Let's jump outside right now. So we are here in our 2020 Subaru Outback, and this is going to allow us to do more bidirectional control testing that you'll see a little bit later in the video. But stay tuned throughout the video. We're going to go through all of these, and I'm going to start with diagnostics or diagnose here. So let's jump out of here, and let me hit exit. There we go. And let's go to auto detect. You can see the different, obviously it's a global tool, but very much just as much for the US as any other part of the country. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit auto detect. And we do have the ignition on in the vehicle. This is a wired connection plugged into the OBD2 port. So we'll let it just run here for a minute. There we go. Let's hit OK. And this should be a 9-pin. No. Oh, I got the wrong thing. So let me go back. Area select. There we go. My bad. There we go. So 2020 Outback. Outback. Now there's a few things we can do. If we do health report, it's going to do a top to bottom comprehensive report. And I'm just going to click on that and show you the beginnings of it. But what it'll do is it'll go through everything and actually give you a comprehensive health report and just say, here's everything that looks good. Here's everything that's bad. And if you're a shop, you're thinking about possibly using this. It'll show you, what you actually want to present to your customer in an actual report. This is moving so fast, we'll just let it finish running. But I will make note, newer cars definitely process. Their computers are much faster. I have an 05 CRV for comparison, and this normally takes quite a bit more time. So here is our actual report. And this is obviously designed to be presented to a customer. And you can see if I just do this, I have no data trouble code. Let me just click randomly on something else here. Brake control, nothing wrong there. So I do have some body control stuff. Okay, so I have this going on. And then looking for this, let's see, eyesight assist, that looks good. Cockpit control, let's see what this is here. So you can see, you know, the value and the power in this, and then you can actually share it if you want. Let's go ahead and click back, and I'm going to click back, and let's go to System Scan. This is in effect going to do the same thing as the health report, although it's a little bit more, I don't say generic, but it's going to go through all the different systems and just scan them. And we'll just let this run. We may speed it up, we may not. It's actually moving very fast here, but we may speed the second half of this up. And again, there we go. Very quick, very impressed with how fast this works with especially the newer cars. So you can see everything that's in here, and so I'm just going to go ahead and click on engine, and what it's doing is going to communicate with the actual computer, and we'll see what it brings up here. Okay, so you're kind of getting into the OBD2 realm, and you see where you can actually read if you had the check engine light on. In our case on the Subaru here, the check engine light is not on, but if it was on, you would actually see your diagnostic codes here. Let's actually read some data streams. Go ahead and ignore that message. Okay, so I'm just going to randomly click. Honestly, I'm not even sure all the stuff I'm clicking, but I'm just going to hit OK. And here is our actual data. Now, keep in mind the car is not running, but accelerator position, I'm just going to slowly press on the pedal, and you can see everything changing there. Go. And let's hit back. Let's actually select all of them. So here's all of our data. Now, again, the car's not running, but if we want to combine some of these, I'm not honestly sure what we'll get here, but I'm guessing we can graph all of these. Okay, yeah, so this is where you graph, and you can actually see we have the EVAP system pressure, the absolute load, and so on and so forth. So really nice feature, and let me just hit the gas to see if any of these jump. Yeah, there we go. So really nice to have if you're chasing that electrical gremlin, like maybe you have a sensor starting to go wonky or starting to go bad, but it's not doing it 100% of the time. This can help you kind of narrow down and ID what's going on. But let's jump back out of here. And let's go, keep going back. Now, actuation test, this should be our, in effect, our bidirectional control. Now, I'm going to, let's see, turn the radiator fan relay on. There's that. Yeah, let's do without monitoring. Now, it actually may be kind of hard to hear because the car is running right now, the actual electronics in the car, but I'm going to turn it on. It is like the faintest you'll ever hear in your life. I can barely hear it, so it's probably not coming through on the actual microphones, but it is running, so let me stop it. And then let's go back in here. Hit back. I think the horn is in here. Let's find the horn. The horn is not in here, so I'm wondering if it is in the actual like body controls. So we might have to go in there. So let's go back out of here to brake control, body control. I bet you it's in here. And you can see where we're at in the actual system selections. We're just going into the different systems. Okay, yeah, horn output. So you can see I'm not touching the horn at all. Both hands are right here. And again, both hands are right here. No funny business. So kind of neat to see. And let's go ahead and go back in here, door lock actuator. Let's actually see if we can, the doors are unlocked. So let me hit the button here. So doors are unlocked. So let me hit start. There we go. And again, unlocked. And then let's hit start. So really cool to see that that's all built into this scan tool. And let me keep going back here. There we go. Stop. There we go. Got to be smarter than the scan tool, folks. There we go. Now, I thought some of these would have like power window, but I've yet to see like power. Okay, here we go. Power window. This is the best one to see. Let's see if we can actually get the driver's side window to go down. Actuation test, power window operation. Okay, without monitoring. Let's go down. And I'm thinking it's this window, but we're going to find out right now. So again, hands are right here. There we go. And let's stop. Okay, let's see if it'll go up. Oh, it's trying to go down. So now let's do stop. Back. We're going to go up now. And again, hands are right here. So kind of cool to see that this mid-range scan tool has this built in. Nice feature, nice functions there. Go. And let me back all the way out of here. So that kind of sums up what you can get your hands on in the actual system selection here. System scan, forgive me. Now, system selection is more the same. It's literally just what we were in. So if I wanted to go in to the actual power windows, each individual nuanced system, I can go in right there and really dig into the car if I wanted to. And again, there's that power window, but you can actually see all of the stuff that's in here. And let me just scroll through a little slower. So really nice features that, you know, in diagnostic capability, knowing that you can really dig into the car if you have something like really nuanced going on. Okay, we are back to the main homepage, and stick around through the rest of the video because this one was the biggest frog to swallow, so to speak. But we're going to click through the rest of these here pretty quickly because just jumping right into OBD2, that's kind of like the express checkout, if you will, to get directly to code reading. It bypasses most all, if not all, of the diagnosis, and it just goes directly into OBD2 code reading. So if your check engine light's on, you come in here and boom, you go right into your data trouble codes. Obviously, the malfunction indicator lamp or the check engine light is not on in this car, but if it was, it would tell you here and it would show you the data trouble codes. And then just more of the same, like you just saw in the diagnostic section. If you wanted to really read live data, if I could speak, sorry, if you want to read fault codes, this is just a quick, fast way to actually hit the button and see why the check engine light's on in the vehicle. A little bit more in here, there's some onboard monitoring tests. Let's just see what's in here real quick. So this actually gives you just a real fast saying that your exhaust gas sensor monitor, your catalyst monitor, so it just shows you kind of almost like a quick, fast emissions readiness if you're in a state that has emissions. But let me just hit the button here. Shouting out the buttons over here, a lot of these scan tools don't actually come with clicky buttons, so to speak, but if you have gloves on, especially if you're in a shop and you're making a mess of the screen with greasy gloves, this makes a world of difference because you're not touching the screen every single time and just making a mess of it. Going back to the homepage, speaking about the actual IM readiness, we're going to go right into some IM readiness here, just emissions if you have that in your state. We're going to let this finish running. So here is our quick emissions IM readiness, and you can see everything either showing completed or unsupported. So really nice to see, and if you are a shop, you can just give someone a actual report, your make and model, just plug it in. And let's jump out of here. Now, oil light resets, steering angle resets, steering angle sensor resets, those all live here, and you can see this is a really nice feature to have because we have so many things in cars anymore that you just need to reset. You literally need to do like your parking brake reset or ABS bleeding, or this is a manual TPMS reset, diesel particulate filter reset, EGR adaptation, and the list goes on. For the price point on this scan tool, you're getting a lot of capability, almost a digital toolbox, if you will, right in the scan tool. But really nice to see that it even has stuff like sunroof calibration, windows calibration. So really cool to see all of this packed into this Launch scan tool. Battery voltage is exactly like it says, and you've probably noticed by now, but there's 11.4 volts right up here the entire time we've been doing this. you can see we've gone from like 11.7 or 8 down to 11.4 because the ignition of the car is on. But you're seeing we're getting a steady, rate halfway between 10 and 12 there. So we're getting a nice steady. Now I wonder if I just throw the headlights on just for the heck of it. Let's see if it drops at all. Nope. Okay, so the battery's pretty healthy overall. So, and let's go ahead and look at other modules. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so if you do have the optional BST360, we don't have that here in this video, but you can actually do battery and overall charging system tests with this, the BST. Oh, there we go, the BST360. It actually gives you the ability to do a remote test. You could sit inside the car, if memory serves correct, and just hook everything up to the battery, and then you can test it while you're sitting inside the car or standing out next to the car. And the mall and upgrade. So let's talk about software upgrades on this guy. So the mall is where you can buy more like in-depth, like very random, specific to OEM software packages. I will say this does come with diagnostics, software inside of it. And you can also buy, once the actual software is up, you can buy a renewal. But the mall is where you can go in and buy, I've seen stuff like Ferrari diagnostics and stuff, and just like really more random nuanced stuff. And if you have a vehicle, like a super nuanced, your make and model that specifically needs some diagnostic capability, you may be able to find it in the mall. We can't see that only because it's not connected to the Wi-Fi network. Now, upgrades, same thing. This says currently network's not available, but this is where you come in and you do a lot of your current software. So all the software that's in here, for the lifespan of the actual software that's in here, until you need to do a software renewal, they will actually come in here. It'll just list a bunch of stuff out, and then from there you can just go ahead and click update, and it'll just download everything, including the firmware. So it actually is kind of a one-stop shop to keep your software up to date. Settings, it's just like it says. It's a pretty well-rounded scan tool. It's pretty well done, and the software works really smooth. So this is where your settings are. Let's just try and hit that brightness. Let's see what happens here. There we go. So it's actually pretty dim, and on the other side of that it gets fairly bright. I mean, we are shaded sort of here right now, but it's cool to see that it has a sleep timer as well, so that it's not sitting there burning the battery up too if you leave it on and walk away for like 10 minutes or whatever. But this is where you can put your Wi-Fi in, and overall, let me just turn the car off here. Overall, wrapping up the video, it's a nice unit. Let me not accidentally rip this out of the OBD2 port. There we go. Wrapping up the video, nice unit. CRP919E Lite. Just make that distinction in the video. It's not an Elite. The Elite is the next level up. But definitely check this out. We'll leave a link for this in the description of the video you're watching now if you you want to take a look at it, make the informed decision and actually buy one. I'd recommend this to any DIYer who's looking to go from that $50 cheapy, dare I say, scan tool up to a mid-range, or if you're a shop owner who's looking to spend a few $100 and actually get pretty action-packed scan tool. Highly recommend this. But like I said, we'll leave the link for this in the description of the video you're watching now, so you can make the informed decision. And with that, if you like scan tools, if you like shop equipment, if you like keeping your cars fixed up and certified fresh on the road, Fresh Vintage Garage, your channel, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.